Welcome to A Sensible Citizen. I'm Tom Milligan. Let's get going. In 1991, Donald Trump fell behind on the mortgage payment on one of his casinos that, like everything else he's ever touched, he named after himself. In that cold December, this amazing businessman was so far behind on his payments that if he didn't at least make a token interest payment, the banks would foreclose and the bombastic clown to whom so many of you have pledged allegiance would be nothing more than a footnote in history. Which means I wouldn't be standing here begging you to reconsider. In the end, he did make the interest payment. The casino was saved. Donald always finds a way. He really knows how to win, right? Well, sort of. The payment was made, and the casino was saved, at least for a while, and Donald did win, or at least he didn't lose. And I am here begging you to stop beating up every story, insult, and soundbite he spouts off. I'm begging you to stop being sheeple. Yes, he did find a way to delay failure. He ran to Daddy and begged him for another loan. Wait, another loan? That's right, another loan. I know Donald has told you he's a self-made man, and I know you believe him. But then again, you seem to believe every word that comes out of his pie hole. Stop! The truth is that his daddy got him started in a way the rest of us could only dream of. First, the day he graduated from college in 1968, Daddy set him up with a fantastic job. And second, Trump Sr. lent Jr. the seed money for his first solo venture. Within just a couple of years, Dad handed Jr. the reins of the company he had built. In 1973, just a couple of years after taking over Dad's company, Donald, not Dad, was in trouble with the Justice Department, who accused him of violations of the Fair Housing Act in 39 separate buildings. After hiring the well-known mafia counsel Roy Cohn, Trump countersued the government for $100 million, claiming throughout the 3-year court battle that the prosecutor was, quote, a hot-tempered white female. Whew, so respectful. He really does love women, doesn't he? Trump settled with the government, but in the process managed to become famous by accusing the Justice Department of targeting him because he'd built such a great company. Is that really why they targeted him? Because he'd built such a great company? No. He was targeted after an extensive investigation determined that his great company systematically refused to rent apartments to African Americans, Indians, or other undesirables. The allegations were supported by affidavits and testimony of dozens of Trump's employees who exposed the systematic racism and bigotry practiced by Trump's so-called great company. Now let's get back to December of '91. After a series of bad decisions, unwise investments, and after making the situation even worse by taking out loans to pay interest on existing loans, Trump was on the verge of ruin. For all his talk of making great deals and being so smart, Donald was a mere $3 million from losing everything. And that's when he runs to Dad for another loan. Now, let's be clear. I'm not begrudging the Trumps for having money and building wealth. I mean, that's the American dream, and I support it 100%. But how many Americans can go to their fathers with a straight face and ask them for a $3 million loan? I know I can't. But instead of just asking for a loan, Trump devised a plan that would not only give Trump Castle the cash it needed to make the loan payment, but would also cook the books to obscure the true value of the company from future investors. So on that cold December night, Trump Sr. walked into Trump Castle, bought $3.5 million worth of chips, and walked out the door with no intention of gambling. Donald keeps the cash, and the Trump Castle shows added revenue. Everyone wins, right? Nope. It's illegal. They deceived the banks and their investors. He broke the law again. And that, sheeple, is how the Donald wins. He cheats. He bends and then breaks the rules. Is that really the guy you want running our country? Is that how he'll make America great again? By cheating? Hasn't our current president broken enough laws? Haven't we learned our lesson? Our president's primary job is to enforce the laws of the land. How can you trust someone to do that after they've shown their disdain of the law and races and for women? I submit that zebras don't change their stripes. The Donald is and always has been a self-absorbed narcissist and bigoted liberal opportunist. He has and always will break and bend the laws for personal gain. He does and always will, instead of shoring himself up, tear down his competitors by calling them names and attacking their ideas because he has none of his own. Don't be seduced by his baseless sound bites. Don't fall for his fake patriotism. And when he says, trust me, just don't. And most importantly, don't expect this zebra to change his stripes. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. I'm Tom Milligan, and this is A Sensible Citizen.